Hello and welcome to Yoga for Everybody. So today you'll be joining me, Jodie, your teacher, and we're going to look at how to relax our necks. So take time to get a comfortable position on the ground. If it's more comfortable, feel free to put a cushion under your knees. So you want to make sure there's lots of space between your ears and your shoulders. If your hands are on the floor, turn the palms up towards the sky. Feel free to bend your knees or spread your legs. Take time also to make sure that your head is centered. Then take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And a third and final time. Inhale as deeply as possible, and then relax as you exhale. So take a moment to let yourself relax totally and completely. Relax your feet, your ankles, your knees. Make sure you relax the inside of your thighs. And every time you exhale, notice how your hips, your shoulders, and your back start feeling heavier and heavier on the mat. Relax totally and completely your arms and your hands. And today, even more than any other day, especially since we're looking at the neck, relax your neck and your throat. Let your jaw open up just a tiny bit and feel your eyes getting nice and heavy. And with each and every exhalation, allow yourself to go further and further into the relaxation. Very good. So take a moment also to notice whatever it is you're thinking about. And then as you exhale, let the thoughts drift far away from you. And then turn your thoughts towards your breath. So let the breath come nice and deep down into your stomach so that you feel the movement in your stomach. So you inhale, you feel your stomach stretch. As you exhale, pull the belly button in. So you normally have a small pause at the top of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation. And otherwise, the breath should stay very fluid. And as you relax, you're going to notice that your breath is slowing down. And see if you can let it slow down even further. Now, start your Ujjayi breathing. So it's called the ocean sounding breath. And you have to contract your larynx just a little bit. So once you start the Ujjayi breathing, you're going to start a type of vibration. And that also helps us release any tension around the throat. So make sure that you keep the throat just slightly contracted. So you inhale by the nose, exhale through the mouth. And you really want to create that ocean sound. Yeah. So imagine that if I was beside you, that I could hear you breathing So you want to make sure that the volume's high enough. Excellent. So keep that beautiful, relaxed feeling. And at the same time, notice all the energy that's passing through your body. So if you're noticing any particular place that the energy is blocking, make sure that the energy of the breath goes into that area and really become conscious of all of your tensions. Sometimes we have accidents. We could be sore. Maybe that gives us a sore neck. Sometimes it's bacteria or a virus that gives us a sore throat. But oftentimes we have pain because of our stresses and mental tensions. So we also want to unblock all that energy from stress and mental tension. So to release that part of your body the most you possibly can, we're going to move very gently and keep a hold of that Ujjayi breathing. So we're going to stay on the back right now, keeping the shoulders very relaxed. And as you exhale, just slowly start turning your head towards the right. Inhale, bring it back to the center. Exhale, let it come down towards the left side. Inhale, slowly to center. And just continue on with the movement. Going towards one side with the exhalations and coming back to center with the inhalations. And just slowly keep turning side to side. So you want to continue doing this. And if your neck gets a little bit softer, let it come down further and further. Also notice if you have tensions more on one side compared to the other. And notice if this movement is helping you release the tension. Excellent. Bring your head back to the center. And then totally turn your head towards the right. Of course, where it's comfortable. Now, keep your left hand down on the floor and start stretching it down towards your left foot. So even take time to stretch out the fingers on your left hand and keep stretching that hand down towards the foot. So our head is turned towards the right, and the left arm is stretching down towards the foot. So sometimes in this position, we'll even notice that we have tensions running down the arm and into the hand. So keep the movement nice and gentle to make sure that you stay on your limit. Excellent. Inhale, release all of that muscular work and bring your head back to the center. And then softly turn your head towards the left. So make sure that you remember that it's not the angle that's the most important. It's the sensation that we're looking for. So a lot of times we have a difference between the right side and the left. So again, just turn it to where it feels comfortable and then start stretching the right hand down towards the right foot. And then spread out your fingers on the right hand to make sure that hand's active. So again, notice if you have any type of tension in your right hand, your right arm, and what's happening on the right side of the neck. And keep your throat contracted for the Ujjayi breath. So remember that vibration helps clear out the tension as well. Excellent. Inhale, relax, and bring the head back to the center. So now we want to make sure the back of the neck is very long. So we're going to tuck the chin in towards the throat. So again, you feel that length in the back of the neck. Relax your shoulders. And we really want to think about relaxing the top of the neck. So as you exhale, press the back of your head towards the mat, and your neck is going to become a little bit longer. Your chin might come down a little bit further in towards the throat. And as you exhale, you're going to feel your chin lift up towards the sky. So we're going to do that 3 times. So again, exhale, let the chin come down towards the throat, and then press the very back of the head down towards the floor so you feel your neck getting longer in the back. So it's gentle. You're using maybe about half of your strength. And take a few deep breaths in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And remember to work in your comfort zone. Exhale. Let the chin come back up towards the sky. And then a last time. Exhale. Let the chin come down towards the throat. Stretch the neck in the back. And then as you exhale, press the back of the head towards the mat. Feel the neck getting loose. Relax your shoulders and keep breathing in and out. Very good. Completely relax. If you feel like there's any movements you need to do, feel free. So those are isometric stretches. And we're going to do something very similar to that. So you're going to place your hands to the side of your face, and you want to press your right cheek towards your right hand. So again, it's about half of your strength, just enough to feel the pressure. Keep breathing softly, and then relax all that muscular work. So this time we're going to press the left ear towards the left hand. So again, just use about half of the strength so that you feel a bit of pressure building. Take a few more deep breaths. And as you exhale, this time we're going to press the right hand towards the right ear. You remember, it's not a big movement, you're blocking it with the hand. So this is especially important, and if you've had various problems with your neck, that you're very gentle with yourself. So this time we're going to relax the muscular strength as we exhale. Inhale, this time press the left ear towards the left hand. So you're not turning your head, you're actually pushing it to the side. Excellent. Release all of that muscular strength. And one final time. Exhale, press the right ear towards the right hand. Remember, it's not a big movement. It's very normal if you start hearing your neck come into position. Sometimes it makes cracking noises. That's very normal. And if you're always working within comfort, you're okay. Last time, exhale. Release the muscular strength. Inhale, we're going to press the left ear towards the left hand. And really remember to work within your limit. Perfect. Come back to the center, and then you can slowly turn towards the right side. Press your left hand to the floor to come up to sitting. If it's more comfortable, feel free to sit up on a cushion or a block. And even if you feel like it, you can get up and sit in a chair. The important thing is that you're very comfortable. Excellent. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, and you want to feel that there's a nice, long, straight pull between the coccyx and the crown of the head. Good. Now as you exhale, let the chin come down towards the heart. There's no forcing. So just let your head sink forward naturally. Take time to close your eyes so that you can really feel what's happening in this very moment. Where do you feel the stretch? So right now we want to adjust our breathing. So we're breathing through the upper part of the lungs to accentuate the stretch through our neck and shoulders. If you're not used to doing this type of breathing, place your hands just above your heart, and the breath will follow your hands. And just the breath itself will start stretching the muscles. If it's comfortable, bring your hands down to your knees. So again, notice all of the sensations you have in this moment. Make sure you don't place a negative or a positive value on the feeling. Just take it as a fact. Notice, for example, if the stretch is at the top of your neck, closer towards the shoulders, or maybe you feel your whole spine stretching. Again, it's not negative or positive, it's just the facts. So very slowly now, start turning your head towards the right shoulder. Exhale, bring it back down to the heart. Inhale, let it roll towards the left shoulder, and then come back down towards the heart. Work slowly with the breath, and notice how this feels in your body. You might find that it's easier to go towards one side than the other. And as you take in all of these facts, it just helps you discover what you need to do to heal. Now, if you're feeling comfortable, feel free to make a big circle with the head. And if not, just continue on with the half circles so that you respect your limit today. Excellent. Take time to change directions. We're going to breathe in and out nice and slowly. And then bring your head back to the center. Make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed. Excellent. Inhale, raise the right hand up and then place it down on the left ear. And slowly let your right ear come down towards the right shoulder. Wherever it's comfortable. It's not necessary to push. Just the weight of your head itself will help relax the muscles. And again, bring the breathing up into the upper cavity of your lungs so that you feel your clavicule spread open, and keep breathing. Now we're going to turn the head so that it comes forward a little bit. And just find another angle in your neck that needs to be stretched. So really take the effort to let the neck release very slowly. Now if you're feeling that this is quite easy for you, press your right shoulder down towards the earth to lengthen the muscles and you'll feel the stretch a little bit further. Very good. So again, turn the head a little bit more so the chin's coming even further towards the shoulder. And you'll see that it affects a different angle in the neck. Good. Just let your chin sink down towards the chest. And again, notice which angle has the most tension, what feels open and relaxed. Keep taking deep breaths in and out. Very good. Exhale, let the hand come back down and bring your head back to the center. You're going to notice that once we do this stretch on one side, it'll feel unbalanced. So just take a moment to stretch your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, let them drop down. Again, inhale, squeeze tight. Exhale, release. And one more final time. Inhale, squeeze tight, 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 tight. And exhale, release. So, very good. So a lot of times when we're really working with the neck, it becomes very normal to cough. Those are all the muscles that are affected. So now we're going to work with the other side. Inhale, stretch the left hand up, put it on the right ear. And then exhale, we're going to let the left ear come down to the left shoulder. And again, just notice all of the feelings, the sensations you have. Good. Take your time, keep breathing nice and deeply. And keep listening in for that Ujjayi breathing. So we want to take advantage of every element that we possibly can to really release any neck tension. Excellent. So we're going to roll the chin in a little bit more towards the chest. So again, just keep the hand on the head. So there's just a little bit extra weight, and with the gravity, you're going to feel all that tension. Sliding slowly out of your neck. And remember, keep the breath high up in the chest so that you feel the movement through the collarbone. And again, if you're having a hard time directing the breath, place the hand on the chest so that the breath will follow it. So we're going to do this one more time. Rotate the head further in towards the shoulder. Let it come down to wherever it feels natural for you. And then you still have that option to press the right shoulder down towards the earth to elongate the muscles on the right side. Keep taking deep breaths. So we're going to pretend that we're in Jamaica right now so that there's no possible tension. Just let everything sink down and listen to the waves. Exhale, let that left hand come down. Readjust the shoulders by taking a few shoulder circles, making sure all the tension releases. Very good. Change directions. Good. Relax your shoulders. So oftentimes when we're thinking about our neck, we think about the back, but a lot of times it's the front neck that blocks. So to stretch the front of the neck, we have to make sure that the chest muscles stay down. So we're going to use the base of the palm. Start with the right hand and place it just under the left shoulder blade. Press the hand inwards and then stretch the skin and the muscles downwards so that those muscles stay stable. Now turn your head more or less halfway towards the right and then lower the right ear towards the right shoulder. So you want to find the stretch in the front of the left neck. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to find it, so if you're having a hard time finding the stretch, make a circle or movements with the chin until you find what's the most appropriate for you today. So you'll notice when you find this stretch, the stretch goes right up into our jawbone and then down into the collarbone. And if you find it releases, just move the head a little bit more and work on another angle. Excellent. And as you exhale, let your hands come down to your knees. And this time we're going to use the left hand, the base of the palm, and place it just under the right shoulder, the right collarbone. Press it in just slightly so that we feel the rib cage, and then pull the muscles slightly downwards. Now turn your head about halfway towards the left, and then let your ear sink down towards the shoulder. So again, make sure that you have the right angle for you. So if you need to adjust the level of your chin, feel free. And remember, you're going to feel the stretch on the right side this time. A lot of times it goes between the ear, the collarbone, and the chin. And keep taking deep, deep, deep breaths. Excellent. You could also experiment with the angle a little bit more to release as much as possible. That's very good. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your knees and take a time to make a couple of circles with your head to make sure that your neck feels centered, and then change directions. Very good. So now you can come down on your mat if you're comfortable and put your legs in a type of diamond shape. Take the thighs, roll it outwards, and then roll your head downwards, and then keep rolling a little bit more if you're able to. And you'll find where the limit is, because naturally you'll stop rolling forward. We do not want to feel pain. The angle really is secondary to the sensation. A lot of us have that idea that we have to be very flexible to practice yoga. It's not that at all. It's to liberate those tensions. So once you come down, make sure that you totally and completely relax your neck, your shoulders, and your elbows. So you're going to notice the weight of the head is going to start working like traction and opening the neck. It's almost like a bowling ball. And you can imagine your spine like a bungee cord. And you can imagine that the weight of the bowling ball starts opening that bungee cord and stretching out little by little. So inhale to the maximum. And as you exhale, allow yourself just to sink down to the floor a little bit more if that's possible for you. So concentrate on the feeling that you're having now of lengthening and all the tensions leaving. Now as you inhale, you can walk your hands towards your body to come back to a seated position. And then cross your legs if that's comfortable for you. I'd like you to think about opening the front of your throat again. So place your hands behind you. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up towards the sky, or if your head's comfortable, you can let it sink the whole way backwards. But again, you always have to work with your own limits. Don't go further than what your body is allowing you to do. So when you're in this position, try to slide your bottom jawbone forward. So you're making a type of underbite. So then you even have all of the stretching from the ligaments, tendons, and muscles under the chin as well. Very good. Now bring your head up and slowly come back to your position. So if you're comfortable, take a moment to sit back on your heels. If you need to, feel free to put the cushion between your legs so there's not so much pressure on your knees and your ankles. And if that's not available for you, don't worry about it. Stay in whatever seated position as you can. Then we're going to bring our hands forward for the lion position. So this is a position that I thought was completely crazy when I started doing yoga. But I learned that when we stretch our tongue forward, we actually work all of the tendons and ligaments on the inside of the neck. So it does have its benefits. So as we exhale, we're going to let the tongue come out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stretch your tongue. Inhale. Exhale, stretch your tongue forward. Very good. I'm wondering if we're already feeling the difference in your neck. Those positions are extremely important to relax the neck. So again, find another seated position that's very comfortable for you. And then we're going to start working to massage the neck. So you're going to just slant your head a little bit to the right and try to get a hold of that cord. And I have to tell you, if your neck is very sore, just squeeze it just a tiny bit because it can be very sensitive. Good. So once you get a hold of that cord, just pull on it ever so slightly because this is very difficult to stretch out on its own. So even if you feel comfortable, you can make little circles with your fingers and massage it out. So sometimes when it's really blocked, it doesn't even want you to work on it. So really do this gently if you have a lot of neck pain. Sometimes you'll lose your grip, just restart. And then every once in a while, slide your hands down another centimeter and work on the next area of that cord. So a lot of people tell me they get goosebumps when they do this. Don't worry, that's normal. Just make sure that you're respecting your limits and all the signs that your neck is doing. Keep going downwards towards the collarbone. So this really depends on where you're feeling tension in your neck, but you'll notice, especially if your head is jutting forward, that it's these muscles that are very overexerted. Good. So again, come back to the top. Remember, sometimes you have to bend the neck a little bit to get a hold of it. And this time we're gonna just pull it a tiny bit towards the outside. Again, try not to contract. Do it so that it's a comfortable feeling. So don't squeeze enough that it feels too hard. So come now maybe to the center of your neck and again, squeeze with the fingers. Try to pull it outwards a tiny bit. Excellent. Keep going down towards the collarbone. And just pull ever so slightly. So please don't have a big shock. If this is very painful to you, just do it gently. I have to tell you, myself, I cried the first time I did this because I had so much neck tension, and it really does help. So now as we exhale, bring your hand down And notice the feeling that you have in the front of your neck right now. So now we're gonna lean toward the neck towards the left so we can get a hold of the muscle with the left hand. Get a hold of that muscle. And again, just start ever so gently with the circles. So really take time to remember how important you and yourself are. A lot of times we take time to look after everybody else and not ourselves. So really think about your wellness here. Come down a little bit further. Again, keep making those circles. So you're gonna squeeze it and keep making little circles, massaging out all the tension. And notice again which side is more sore than the other so that you know what is the best thing for you to be doing at the moment. Good, again. Get a hold of the cord closer down to the collarbone. And again, we want to think about making those little circles to release all that neck tension. That's very good. So again, we go back up. This time we're going to squeeze the top of the cord. So this time pull it out just ever so slightly. And notice what's happening in your jaw as well when we release all of this tension. Go down a little bit towards the center, hold on again, and then pull it again as comfortably as possible to release the tension. Because also, when we have pain for a long time, a lot of things that we have to do is involving reprogramming the mind because it wants to protect us, so it contracts. So we really want to let our body know that we're being very gentle with it and that it can trust it, so it relaxes. So again, come down one more time, closer to the collarbone. Get a hold of that muscle, squeeze it ever so gently and pull it outwards. Excellent. Exhale, release the hands back down to your legs. So we're going to do something that we don't always do in yoga class, but it's one of the best ways I've ever found to release the neck. So part of the movement is very easy. It's extending the chin forward and backwards. So remember, when you're bringing it forward, it's very normal, but when we're coming backwards, we're bringing the chin towards the throat. Good. So you're gonna feel your neck get really long when you bring the chin back in. And one last time, bring the chin forward and back. Good. So the other part of this movement is a movement that we don't make very often, but it reminds me of what we did on the floor when we were pressing our heads side to side. So if you need to, you can place your hands on your head again to make sure that you're doing the movement correctly. So you want to slide your ear side to side and try to keep your shoulders completely stable. So remember, we're trying to slide the ear side to side. Make sure you're not tilting upwards. Good. Another way to make sure that you're doing the move correctly is to slide your chin along your hand. Again, it's normal if you hear your neck adjusting. Good. So now we're going to take a moment and we're going to combine those two movements. If this is the first time you're doing this, please don't worry if you're not getting it properly. You can practice otherwise. So again, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. And this time we're going to bring the chin forward, roll towards the right, the back, again to the left and forward. So this is actually more of a belly dancing type of move. If you need extra help, feel free to put your hand on your chin. So it's like you're drawing a circle with your chin along the hand. And écoute, sometimes it even makes like an accordion type of sound when the neck completely adjusts. So we're going to come back to center and then go the other direction. So bring the chin forward towards the left shoulder, behind, right shoulder, and forward. So take the time to really feel what's happening. And I know that this is really what's helped my neck so much. And the first time I did it, I heard that xylophone. It was a big relief for me. So eventually you're going to be able to move your head in any direction in that way. Just keep practicing. Good. So now we're going to come down onto our stomach for a moment. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Turn the big toes one towards the other so that the feet are relaxing. And make a shoulder circle backwards. So this is more to reinforce the neck muscles. So take your time doing this. Inhale, lift your head up. Take a few deep breaths here and make sure that you feel your neck very long in the back. As you exhale, let the neck come back down. So again, inhale, you're just lifting up through the neck. Inhale nice and slowly, but keep the neck very long in the back. You want to bring the shoulder blades together in the back as well. Exhale, let it come back down. One last time. Inhale, lift the head up, just using the neck muscles. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed in the back. Excellent. Exhale, let your head rest back to the floor. Now as you exhale, we're going to come back up onto all fours. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders. Turn the forearms towards the center. If your hands are sore, feel free to make a fist and come up onto your fists. So now we want to relax the neck again. So we're going to go and roll the back up towards the sky, letting the head drop down. And as you inhale, let the belly drop down. Turn the tailbone and the crown of the head upwards. And continue using your own breath to guide the movement. So as you exhale, again, you're rolling the back upwards and inhaling, letting it drop down. Good. Make sure that you respect your limits. So again, don't force your body into positions. It should come naturally. Very good. Come back to your neutral position. Tuck your toes unders, and then walk your hands towards your feet so you come into a standing forward fold. You can also do this in a chair. Just lean forwards. Good. Interlace your fingers around your neck so that you have some extra weight if that's good for you. If you're finding it's already a big stretch just with the weight of the head, let your hands hang down. But if your hands are on your neck, try to cup the base of your skull with the outside of your hands. Take a few more deep breaths. And you're going to feel spaces being created between your vertebrae. So, you're going to make a little massage in this position using your thumbs. Press them just under the skull where the neck starts, and you can make little circles with your neck, with your thumbs, sorry, and you can change directions. Keep making circles to take the tension out. It feels good sometimes if you move the head as well. Again, you might hear your neck crack. Don't worry about it. As long as you're respecting your limit, it's all good. Excellent. Very good. So now you can come back and we're gonna sit back down. And we're gonna work a little bit in meditation here. So just like we did in the beginning of the class, we're gonna make ourselves nice and comfortable, because even though we might have some physical restraints, a lot of times it's the emotions and stress that will create lots of tension in the neck. So we're really gonna look at the 5th chakra here. Get nice and comfortable. Make sure you're the most comfortable you can possibly be. The shoulders are far down away from the ears. And that your hips are also comfortable. Close your eyes. And let your breath become nice and slow. So you want to start traveling through yourselves. So through the physical movements in yoga, we feel the emotions that come up from time to time. So even if your injury comes from an accident, in the philosophy of yoga, it will come in and it will also affect your emotions. And it can be vice versa. And you'll see that stress affects everybody's body a little bit differently. So I would like you to imagine all of the area of your body around your collarbones, your throat, your neck, and your mouth, your jaw, and your ears. And take this moment to notice all of those physical sensations in that area without any type of judgment. So notice what's the difference between the right side and the left. Are the tensions more in the mouth, the ears, around the collarbones, the back of the neck? Do you feel balanced? So really, just take note of all those physical sensations. And as I said before, yoga also takes into account the emotional, mental, and spiritual aspects, not just the physical. So as we relax, you can dive in deeper to the subconscious and ask yourself if there are emotional factors to your neck tension. A lot of times it's dealing with communication. So ask yourself if you're communicating effectively. A lot of times emotions will stay if we feel afraid to express ourselves. You could ask yourself if you're communicating properly with your friends, family, work, school, whatever it is. We can also go towards the past. And ask yourself if you grew up with a family that really silenced children, for example. The expression is, children are better seen than heard. And a lot of times that 5th chakra, the chakra of communication, will get shut down. And also in our society, especially girls, are very conditioned to only say nice things. So the emotions can easily get blocked. So those emotions can get blocked and start causing physical pains. And it also, sometimes if we keep all those emotions inside, we can explode and be very temperamental, and that's very detrimental to the fifth chakra as well. So you can be insufficient or in excess, and we really want to balance our communication so that it flows naturally through the body, mind, and soul. So remember, sometimes looking at these subjects can be a little bit different, but we're here to grow and expand. So we're going to put a little suggestion in so that when we're speaking to each other, we have to ask if we're speaking the truth. And if we're speaking to someone, if it's the right timing to say those things. So even if we're speaking the truth, sometimes we have to make sure that we are speaking at the right moment. And also, if it's kind, just tell those things. So it's always that idea to speak with the right person at the right time, saying the truth, and being kind. Those are the general rules for communication in the yoga philosophy. Also, the fifth chakra has also to do with listening. And it's very difficult if we don't listen, or if we have to deal with somebody who does not listen to us. So, as we go through and investigate what might be happening with the emotional, mental, or spiritual side of tension, we really want to find all the little tricks that will help us heal. And this will help us expand our limits. Very good. So very slowly and gently, you can imagine that there's a beautiful blue light that's going to the front of your throat. And you're going to feel it warming up that area. And you can imagine this light starting to heal all the stress and tension that you're holding in that area. And also, all of the energetic aspects that might be causing tension and stress through your neck and throat. So imagine that the blue light is starting to get bigger. Big enough that it starts covering your whole body from the head right down to the toes. It will keep you nice and warm, and it's going to help you and protect you as well. Good. And now you're going to start coming back into your physical body. Bring your conscious back in by moving your fingers and your toes. Still feeling protected and relief from that beautiful blue light. And then you can bend your knees and roll over on the right side in fetal position. And whenever you're ready, come up to a seated position. keep your eyes closed if you like. Just hold on to that beautiful, deep relaxation. Make sure that they're most comfortable as you possibly can be. Straighten your back, let your shoulders hang down, and bring your hands to your heart in prayer. So we're going to chant Om to end the class. Take a deep breath in. Merci, thank you. Namaste.
Cette émission d'Accès est appuyée par Cogeco et est rendue possible grâce à la collaboration de la communauté avec Nous TV.